Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm, of course, your host, World of Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the mighty Tier 10 Soviet medium, the T-22 medium. This vehicle has the highest average statistical win rate with 58.49% for the past 90 days. That is ridiculously high. A vehicle like the AMX M454 is sitting at around a 57% average win rate, which is high, by no means bad, but it's not as high as the T-22 medium, which is surprising to me because I made a video all the way back on the AMX saying that it did actually surpass the T-22 in average win rate, and the king of the T-22, the throne was taken off the hill and put on the AMX. But it looks like the T-22 has gained its status back as the #1 win rate tank in Tier 10. Now, what makes the T-22 medium so strong is the hull armor. It's ridiculously troll. Now, it's not great. This is where a lot of people can do bad in the T-22 is they expect more out of the vehicle than it gives. The frontal armor on this tank is awful. It's 230 millimeters, and let's go get AP. There you go. It's about 210 millimeters thick on the upper plate, and about 204 on the lower. Very, very weak on the frontal armor, and that is what you don't want to use. In fact, you want to use the side armor. You can see here that the side of the T-22 is ridiculously well armored. In fact, if you over-angle a lot of the time, people think that the side's easier to pen than the front. They'll shoot at the side, and they'll bounce every time. It's really, really stupid troll. And as well, the T-22 medium, if you look in garage, it looks like it has a cupola on the roof of the tank right there, which I actually thought for a long time. Oop, didn't mean to misclick there. Until you actually go back into Blitzhanger, and you see that it's not even part of the tank's armor. The cupola does not exist. It's a lie. So, yeah, the T-22 is just such a troll tank. You can see that the turret, this is a Tier 10 heavy tank with AP, 258 millimeters of pen, barely scratching the turret. And even with heat, it still barely pens the turret. The T-22 medium has really, really good values going for it on the armor. It's really, really frickin' troll. And because of that, you get so many bounces. As well, you can see here that the track wheel isn't connected to the tank. When you look at like an E5, you can shoot right through that front track wheel. You can see penetrating that front track wheel right into the hull and do easy pens every single time. A vehicle like the T-22, good luck doing that. You'll hit right on that angled side armor and bounce every single time, which is really, really tricky to fight against. And this is why the T-22 medium is one of the fiercest opponents to come up against in Tier 10. Not only that, it's got fantastic on-movement dispersion. The biggest letdown of the T-22, however, is the gun. The gun is very, very poor for a 100mm, especially a Soviet 100mm. When you look at the gun on the 62A and the Object 140, they literally just pale in comparison to this gun. This gun here, it sucks. Like, compared to those guns, it actually sucks because, well, when you look at it, the real killer is the shell velocity. It's 1,015 meters a second on this gun. Compared to the Object 140 is 1,500, and that's the exact same for the 62A. That is a 50% buff. Even with supercharge on, you're still less with this tank than you are stock standard on a vehicle like the Object 140. That's bad because, of course, that means that longer range shots, of course, take much longer distance. As well, you don't have the most standard penetration on this vehicle, which, of course, makes another big group of disadvantages. This tank is also very large. Even though it does have a great camouflage rating, height is not always something that you want. And height on this vehicle, especially because it is such a tall tank, it's very easy to shoot with vehicles, let's say, like that 50B there. It's very, very easy to just shoot right through the front and easily penetrate. Now, we're going to aim in right on that WZ-111-14, but because he missed, obviously, I'm easily out-reloading him. So, yeah, we're going to see what we can do here. I'm just going to hold this line, and that's pretty much what I'm going to plan on doing the whole time here. That WZ is, he's a little bit courageous, and there's not much he's really going to be able to do. Let's get a nice shot. Okay, that was actually stupid. You can see there sometimes are shots that don't make sense from wargaming, like that one, but thankfully, that AMX doesn't really understand, I guess, the armor of the T-22 medium as he's trying to shoot the side. Let's try and get a bounce on that side. Come on, over-angle it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the side armor of the T-22. Against a not-so-smart opponent, you will get very, very troll bounces. People don't understand how the armor of this tank works, and because of that, they'll let you bully them, like, easily bully them. Now, I'm stuck here, and because of that, that lost me every single bit of my hit points. I got stuck on that frickin' rock, and that actually just ruined my battle. Wow. That is actually insane. Now, thankfully, I do have a teammate that was able to do something, but wow. My game just went from being pretty dang good to, like, literally 0 because of that rock there getting me stuck. That sucks. That actually sucks. I don't even know what to say about that. That E100 is just going to try and snap me now. I'm so disappointed after that. Now, I did watch C100 fire, which means I've got plenty of time to make my way over here and try and get some shells into his lower plate, so that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. Let's load a heat shell. There's one nice shot, and with the AMX-50 here, he's obviously going to get some nice shells out as well. We've got the WZ-111-1-4 right here. I'm going to aim in right on his cupola. Let's fire. Okay, I guess we'll try that one more time. Let's try, aim, aim, aim. Let's go for this one. That one's easier. There you go. Nice tap right into his cupola. And with that, we're just singing around 2,900 damage. We could have broken 3K if we hadn't have somehow lost all of our HP right on the front. But nonetheless, you could see here that the T-22 did everything it was needed to. It used its good mobility to get some nice shells out. And there we go. We did break 3K. Just able to steal that kill on the Grill 15 and get ourselves that little bit of 3K damage, 3,013. I'll take it. Not bad by any means. So you saw there that up against like that WZ-111-1-4, I was able to get that bounce. I was able to over-angle the sides, and because of that, he thought that the side would be an easy pen, even though it ricocheted right off. Of course, because I got stuck on that rock trying to look at that enemy 183, I got screwed, and that lost me probably 1,000 hit points. So the tank would have been fine, completely fine. I would have been able to easily do 35, 4K damage there. I would have just sat there and kept farming the E100. So in a normal scenario, that was just really, really unlucky. And obviously sometimes you'll get unlucky, get stuck on something or back into a wall. I've seen it happen. I've even seen really good players drive right into a wall while they're being chased by somebody. So yeah, stupid things happen every now and then, but nonetheless, the T-22 still did an extremely strong job. The thing that kills the T-22 for me is, first of all, the gun isn't fun. The gun is very poor on accuracy. The gun's also very bad on shell velocity, as I did say, and even though the DPM's decent, it's just a very unreliable gun. The other thing I don't like about the T-22 medium is the fact that it's such a tall target. As I did say before, height isn't always great. When you've got a tank that's, like you can see here, it's very, very tall. It's about the same size as most Tier 10 heavies, and because of that, people just easily spot you and shoot you right in the hull. It does have a good camo rating, don't get me wrong. This thing's actually got the second best camo for a Tier 10 medium. Camo is different from height. Because this tank's got such a tall stature, it's very easy, especially on a map like this, for hull-down tanks to easily just pen you every single time and rip you apart. That, by the way, I think that might have been a combination of lag and poor shell velocity, because that kind of looked like lag to me. I won't really blame that on the shell velocity there. That looked more like lag. We got the T-54A1 over here. Let's aim in on his cupola. I'm in a really, really weird scenario, though, because we got vehicles like the E-50M off to my side, which obviously I'm going to reverse side scrape to. That is where the T-22 can be extremely troll, is reverse side scraping, something that I love to do in this tank. Let's aim in on his cupola. There you go. Fantastic penetration going right in on that T-54A1. And of course, with that really solid DPM, we're going to get one more shell finishing off the T-54. Now, the enemy IS-7 here is probably, and as you can see, did easily penetrate right through my frontal armor. And there you go, the IS-4 easily penetrating my frontal armor. Again, a perfect example showing that the hull armor on this tank is quite doo-doo. And with the gun depression not being the best, it really does struggle against Tier 10 heavies, especially super strong heavies like the IS-4. It will really, really struggle. Now, thankfully, the turret on this tank is ridiculously thick. It's, like, stupid thick. It's able to get a lot of bounces, and we're just gonna... What the absolute... Okay, that was bull. I will say that. There's a lot of times when I'll see, like, stupid shots. That was complete BS. And Wargaming's just hating me right now, to be completely honest, but we're gonna aim in... There you go. That's better. This thing has a really good turret. Like, don't ever get fooled by that. That was just stupid. I never really see that happen, so what the heck? Why is this gun... This is where the T-22 really gets me annoyed. As I said before, the T-22's gun just... It seems like crap. Every time I use it, the gun always misses. And it's not really fun when you're driving a tank that always seems to miss its shots. We got the IS-7 pushing up here. We did bounce him, which isn't great. I'm going to back up here. Obviously, I don't want to be penned. There you go. He's backing up, which means we can push forwards. Hopefully get a nice penetration, maybe into the lower plate. But as well, let's just aim in on that IS-4 again. We do have a damaged aimer, but in about 2 seconds, we'll get that all fixed up, which isn't too bad. So, yeah, let's get you fixed and maybe get even a... Oh, I don't have the gun depression for this right now. That kind of sucks. But you know what? Looks like we're easily going to be able to pen this cell. There you go. Nice penetration on to you. And with that, we still have broken the 3,000 damage barrier. You can see that even though this tank does struggle with the DPM in certain aspects, the penetration's not the best, it still does get out damage. And that's the thing that makes the T-22 so ludicrously strong, is everything that it has going for it. It just tallies up in so many aspects. The armor, the turret was able to easily withstand like super, super strong fire from enemy tier 10 opponents. And that was like an IS-7 and an IS-4 we're fighting there. It's not like we're fighting little wimpy tanks. We're fighting tier 10 heavies, super heavies at that, and we're easily winning the engagement. That is very hard to do. When you're in, a tier 10 medium, you're not really supposed to be able to fight tier 10 heavies like that. So that's one thing that's really strong in this tank, is that ability. The IS-7, of course, on the enemy team isn't the best. We're just going to bounce him. Again, that premium, I'm just going to load premium on this guy. You can see where the pen on this tank is really, really doo-doo. It's quite poor. And because of that, you do struggle to penetrate a lot of enemy opponents, especially shots that you think would be easy. This tank just really, really struggles to pen. But there you go. Nice shot into the object. 704. I'm guessing this IS-4. Actually, I guess he didn't get it out. But nonetheless, that was 4,812 damage. It didn't seem like we did that well because you could see there, the gun really feels like crap. I hate the gun on this tank. It bounces a lot of shells. We fired in total 27 shells and only 16 of them penned. That is 11 bounces and tracks that didn't do anything. That isn't great. That is the downside of the T-22, is the gun, and why I personally don't enjoy it. A lot of people think this vehicle is a lot better than it is, but I can tell you that when you buy it, you'll probably be let down. Let me know in the comments down below if this tank lives up to what you thought it was going to, but for me personally, it plays about to what I expected. It's not great, but it is very good. And if you know how to play it correctly, it can be immensely OP, especially against bad players. But against people that know how to deal with a tank like this, if you're playing a T-22 medium against me in an STB-1 or your average tier 10 heavy, I will easily butter right through the tank's frontal armor. And because the gun is so bad on it, it really struggles. If the enemy IS-4 and IS-7 were smart on the enemy team, all they literally would have had to do is drive a little bit up aggressive, and they would have stopped my entire push, and they probably could have even won that game. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and to be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.